Okay, adventurers, we're out today working on Big Bertha, aka the Purple People Mover. And I was just checking some leaks out because, well, when I got her, where'd it go? Oh, I must have took it out already. When I got her, there's a power steering fluid bottle, some Lucas stuff, just kind of shoved down in here with some rags already. And it was all pretty gunky down in there. I just went in with some brake clean, wiped all the lines and the pump off to see what I could get. But I thought that I would show y'all what burnt brake fluid looks like. Now, check this out. On the white surface, now look at that. Brake fluid does not, power steering fluid does not start out that color. It's a nice light, like mineral oil looking color if I remember right. And this is not, that's burnt. That's burnt real bad. So, she probably needs a flush. I'm cleaning everything up so I can determine whether or not it's a leaky line or the pump itself or maybe even the gearbox. Yay! But as you can tell, I'm excited for all that. Well, that's one leak I got to figure out. And then if you come down here, let's get on my creeper here. If you come down here, notice that oil drain plug. Wait, special effect zoom. Oh, you notice that oil drain plug's nice and clean. I just wiped it off because there's a nice oil drip off of it. And I'm pretty sure it came out of the drain plug itself. So that might need replaced. Now, the transmission pan back here, it's definitely got some gunk and some drips going on it. And I sprayed it a little bit. But I was kind of looking at those bolts to see if they're mismatched, to see if maybe somebody had already worked on this. And then I went up and I checked the fluid at the dipstick, and the fluid's real nice and bright red, still smells and tastes good. But it's just got a little bit of a leak. And I'm thinking, as per the usual with these Ford transmissions, when they took the pan off to change the filter, some of the bolt holes may have got a little bit boogered up and stripped. Either that or they over torqued the hell out of it and that gasket isn't working as it should be, which is common for those kind of jobs. Those, especially on Fords, I've noticed those aluminum transmission housings, the bolt holes for that pan, they strip just looking at them. I'm half scared a bolt's gonna fall out. Me just videotaping this. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but it does happen. But yeah, then you can see up in here, that power steering pump's a little wet back there. Oh, let me back it up a bit. Back up the zoom. There we go. And you can see the underside of that gearbox is just barely wet. All this stuff was a lot more wet, but I wiped it up. And then that little hose you can see through the gap was just covered in crud and leaked stuff, and all around it is gunky and has fresh fluid on it. So I'm hoping it's just that hose and I can just like replace that hose because it has a pinhole in it. Because this hose over here that goes from the pump to the gearbox is, I mean, it's got a little bit of misting on it, but that's par for the course for these kind of deals. But you can see some of that fluid on there is pretty shiny and fresh. So this power steering leak's going to be kind of a booger to track down. Hopefully I can just replace the drain plug on that and it'll be fine. Because I just put new oil in it. Which I'm thinking this thing may hold like 8 quarts instead of 5. Because the fluid was a little low on the dipstick. But other than that, I mean, She's a little banged up, but she's not in terrible shape. I mean, the tires are, I mean, practically new. Coming the inside, I got the doghouse off. But you can see that, you know, she's a crusty old engine, but I just got to get this old girl running so I can help somebody move, and then it's going to be sold. Yeah, this thing's for sale if anybody watching this wants to buy it here in, I don't know, a month or so. Still got to get a few more things straightened out with it, but you can see why I call it the Purple People Mover. It's got a sweet light purple interior. Even these seats are like light purple. They're just like faded to like silver. And it's got a wheelchair lift in it. I actually got it because I thought it'd be handy for my brother, but medical transportation and public transportation here in the city is fantastic, so we don't even really need the lift. And it wasn't really tall enough without a turtle topper on it for him to sit right. He'd kind of have to duck his head in it, so, you know, it wasn't the best of situations for this old man. It doesn't need to be up there. Okay. But that's what's going on today. And actually, she was running when I got her, but she just sat for so long that I think the minuscule amount of gas that she had either turned to varnish or she's literally just out of gas. But I don't know. I'm gonna go snag my 5-gallon jerry can over there and fill her with some fresh high test and see what kind of cranking I get, because like I said, I just changed the oil, and when I was changing the oil, she got a brand new battery. So there is spark. Enough, so something's gonna give on this old girl, and she's gonna fire for me. Hell or high water. But I just don't want to be taking it long distances with possible transmission and possible oil leaks. That's never good. But other than that, I mean, $1,400. I mean, that can't hardly beat it. Hell of a deal. Alright, well, that's enough for today. I just wanted to show y'all what I was doing on the Purple People Mover.